Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to let you know tomorrow's the last day for your 3-year term subscription to the Quant ELITE membership that I've been hawking pretty well for the last, I don't know, probably 6 months, probably close to a year. I think I started it in 2019. Anyways, this is what I speak of. If you go over to the quantlabs.net website, go into the store, and then choose your elite membership. If you're interested in this, it's $9.97 for 3 years. It works out to about, let's say, $333 per year times three, and it will be reduced down to 2 years. So it will go up $120 per year, and you only get it for 2 years. So if you want it, now's the time to get in on that. And the reason I'm doing that is just a little too risky on my part to offer it so low and disgustingly cheap. So now or never. All right, so let's talk about what's been going on in the last few days. Here's the latest bot. We are now trading live money. These are the orders you can see here from Binance. So building up quite a bit of confidence there with the bot. I've been running it since Wednesday, and it's been pretty close to profitable. Now we're just testing it out in Binance against a real live account here. Started it tonight, actually, November 10th. So what's been happening is been paper trading it for a little bit, right down to here. So here's the buy at this price, 3167. Sold at 3177. That's XRP. And Ripple against Bitcoin. The next one happened here at 3177, and it kind of broke even. And then we get into the ADA or Cardano trades here. This one here, this is a real live Binance account. So this one here, if you do the math, it's minimal trading. It's hopefully, it's made a big whopping, I can't remember the amount. It was like 0.002 cents or something US. But the idea here is to test to see if it's consistently profitable. Once I see that, I'll gladly scale that up and multiply the quantity from the minimum and multiply it to take on bigger positions and higher risk to get bigger profit. That's the whole point of what we're testing here. But so far it looks really, really good. So you might wonder the length of time on the position here. 1821 tonight, local Eastern Standard Time, 1920. It's close to an hour. So I just took on another position at 1925. So I'll check in throughout this video, see if it's closing. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so last few days I've been posting some interesting stuff. This one has woken up a lot of people. Jim Simons. If you're on the podcast, it is called The Jim Simmons Beat the Market and Began a Quant Revolution with This Research Paper. I've discovered this research paper in this video that was written by both the co-CEOs, or now the one CEO, Peter Brown and Robert Mercer, in the early 90s, from when they worked with IBM research, what's called a research center. It's all for linguistics, but it'll give you an idea from a mathematical point of view on how most likely they've taken that core model and research paper and applied it to today in Jim Simmons, because Jim Simmons was the brain, but he was smart enough to say, I need help and I need to branch out. So part of the founders, there's actually three of Rentech, Renaissance Technologies, Jim Simmons, Peter Brown, and Robert Mercer. Jim Simmons is still on the board of directors as far as I know, but the ones leading day-to-day operations are Peter Brown now. Robert Mercer was ousted because of his affiliation and support for Trump, and there was a big kerfuffle about this time last year. So that research paper I'm going to look at and see where it goes. So that's a big deal. Tomorrow, on November 11th, we have a talking about trading ideas at 12 noon Eastern Standard. Anybody is welcome to come out to it. All you have to do is just click on the proper links and you'll get in on that. I'll make that public to that video. I've got multiple confirmations from people about the theory of what you are required to make micro orders. It's this person's in Europe, so they said 300 and about 300 euro, which is about 330, I believe, US dollars. So you could probably do a day trading futures Emini Micro contract in the major US markets for that, and that should include your margin requirement as well. So even though it's tiny amounts, that's why the CME has brought these about to enable people, the little folks like us, to get access into those markets. Over here we have another video I just put out, exciting motive wave Java source posted with Redis for Elite. So what I've done on Friday was posted the basic code samples to get you started with Redis and debugging capabilities in motive wave in Java. So I posted those on Friday. And then of course I've talked about last week with the this winning bot I'm talking about for the crypto in Python. There's a lot of big things happening now, and that's why I'm saying time is now to start raising the prices. We've got our first profitable order. I'm going to let this bot run through the night till tomorrow to see how it does. It doesn't trade much, maybe 2 or 3 positions a day. So it's very low risk as it stands. And if it's profitable, I'll be making, because somebody has asked about the performance third-party charts. So I've already hinted at that with CoinTracking.info. So if you look for that video on the channel, on the YouTube channel, Quant Labs Net, coin tracking, I talk about that as well. So once we see here, so here, intro to coin tracking website to track your cryptocurrency bot trading. So I'll be adding that as credibility, as a lot of people ask for it. It's an expectation. So what I'm saying is, if we continue with the history of, in the order history in Binance, of being able to say, yes, this is a fairly profitable bot in the crypto space, in regular Asian-based Binance, with the credibility, I will be over time increasing the price. So what will happen is, right now until tomorrow it's 3 years, then it's down to 2 years, and then it's annual. But as this bot starts to perform, and also my other option as well, so folks understand this, that this is just one exchange I can play in. I can also move over as well to the Binance US as well, and run the same bot and just swap out the exchange from Binance to Binance US, and hopefully get the same performance. And that's the case. Now we're double duty of profiting with 2 bots in 2 separate exchanges owned by the same company. And the advantage with US is obviously it's fiat currency, and I'm hoping it's even more profitable in the US markets in crypto. So here's the bot running right now. It's a little more positive, as you can see here, but we'll see what happens with things, because it's a tough market to profit in. But if I can get, 3 or 4 positions, or even 2 positions that are profitable, and I'm very confident doing that, then obviously I'll scale up the position sizing as well. So that's the goal, and hopefully we have now what I've been looking for the longest time. The other question came up about regarding strategies if I have sample code. If you come into the Elite section, let me see if I can Uh, if I can actually activate it, should be active. Okay, so for those that don't know, I include three courses. Actually, sorry, 6 courses. This one is the most relevant if you want to get into cryptocurrency. And I've been saying this for so long. I just don't know what people either smoke or don't really understand. When you get these kind of returns of 5.49% over a 24-hour period, or a 3.83% over a 24-hour period, or 5.94%, or 4.95. I mean, these are daily returns that you could get with crypto. And you'd be lucky on an annual basis to get those kind of returns. Here we're getting them on a daily basis. So there's always opportunities. Today these are strong numbers, but if you're working with a profitable bot, it's a really desirable goal to reach. So you can learn this through this Python 3 algo trading infrastructure course. I've shown you how to build it, interface with this Redis, the database, set up all your access using a crypto package for Python, so on and so forth. I mean, that in itself is worth $1,000 easily. I have a version 2 of it. A lot of people don't need that. This one is getting kind of popular now. Evolution of Zero to Hero. If you know my techniques, as you can see here, I do a lot of logging. And that is what has gotten me to this place. It's a skill that I've had since I've been at the age of 14. There's no need to have fancy IDEs or editors for programming. If you have the skill to know how to debug and pump that out into a log, you've got a very important skill set to help you find patterns in data and logs, and especially when it comes to trading. Really helpful. Okay, so these 2 courses are going to be really helpful moving forward. I've told my chat server group, and that's another thing I forgot to mention. When you access this, you get access to my private chat server that I put up private content for them, plus on my elite section that you get. Now you're going to get that for the next 3 years. So you're going to get all of that. These next 2 courses are going to be very important due to the fact that as I open up with the topic of tomorrow on eMicro minis. I told my group I'm getting out of the FX retail bucket shop. I'm going to be honest, it's a waste of time. You will lose money there because even if you come away trying to be profitable, whatever broker you go with will try to screw you over. Okay, I've guided 2 or 3 people on how to sue one broker that is petrified of being taken to court. They were taken to court, and that is when that broker was settled. That is out of the US. They just don't want to end up like FXCM getting booted out because of what they did to their customers. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these brokers are doing the same thing. It's just once it goes to the federal circuit court at the local, that's when the broker gets scared, and that's when they settle. And that says a lot to me about how much that they corrupt and cheat people out. Next up, as a result of not wanting to get into Forex anymore, I am going to move into futures market. And when the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Bank Exchange, came out with these new products, let me just show you here. So if you go over to my blog, all you gotta do is just look up quantlabs.net/blog. All you gotta do is look up micro, probably be a good search term. That will give you to the article in the research that I've done that will lead you into the futures market as your account grows. Okay, so you can start getting into the futures market with these new products regulated through the CME in the US for as little as maybe $500. Okay, That is unheard of now. That's a new thing for 2019. If that was out there 10 years ago, I would have gone that route back then, but this is all brand spanking new. So in there are the ability to, so this is the, for those on the podcast, E, the article you want to look for is E Micros, your answer for tiny risk on FX and USA market indices. Okay, so you have access to the S&P Russell 2000, Nasdaq 100, and Dow Jones Industrial Average. On top of that, without the retail forex nonsense, you can get access to 6 pairs, okay, in forex, all in US dollars. This includes euro, Australian, Canadian, British pound, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, and the Indian rupee. Okay, so you can get into actually 7 pairs and play around with a futures contract in a micro level on the CME. And once you build that out, you're good to go. Okay, so coming back to the courses that I talked about, that's why I'm introducing this, because this is a really exciting future. And again, as I said, my video, the choice of videos for that, or sorry, trading platform is MotiveWave. I've tested pretty well every single platform out there. MotiveWave is easily the best platform that I have experienced yet in 10 years of doing this for what you pay. Okay. On top of that, MotiveWave is probably the excellence of it is in the future analysis with this new version 6 that they just brought out a few months ago. So it's very powerful. But as I said, this is the second best platform. The first platform is Deltix, but we don't have $15,000 a month. That's what the banks use. All right. If I had a huge account, that's what I'd move to. But I still think MotiveWave is so accessible for retail traders that really take their trading seriously. That's the platform I'm going to be using. So that brings me back to the Elite. So the Elite, here we have 2 courses. Okay, I'm going to be and this has been always in my back pocket, always focusing both on the options, futures, and interactive brokers. Okay, so interactive brokers, the cost for doing these transactions with the micros is 32 to 45 cents round trip. Okay, it's so minimal. I mean, if I was to break out the order history in BNB on Binance, the commission fee is so negligible. That's why this bot is somewhat profitable, because that the commission fees are so low. I don't think that this trading logic, which is in Python and translated for Forex, I don't think I'd be able to ever get this kind of bot profitable. But on Binance, it is possible because the commission fees are so low. And now with interactive brokers, the commission fees are like nothing. So knowing that that is the interactive brokers workshop, it's pretty intense, but you get that again for $300 a year. And this is still relevant because it's working with Trader Workstation on top of your choice of C++ or Java. I'm not going to include Python with that because I just don't like how Python works. But if you want to work with the TWS software, that course will be very useful. That course in itself is worth at least another $1,000. Then you get into the C++ algo indie trading business course, futures and options. So I've gone through another course on YouTube that is put on by UC Davis. It's all fundamental. I've gone through that course from a long time ago and did all the algos for that in C++, all the major pieces and components that you want for futures trading. That is done currently. I mean, again, 2004, but this professor has done a revamped version for 2015. I intend to do the same thing, same process, reintroduce myself into the futures and options with that course on YouTube, but redo it with the new algorithms in probably Java and build that out for MotiveWave. Okay, so that's the intention there in the long run. I've also confirmed last week that in Java you can use the new TensorFlow 2 from Google, no third party at all. That's a huge, big bonus there as well, because I'm going to be moving into machine learning as well. So you can see the process has been defined now with micros, e-minis for the futures market on interactive brokers, and no more crap with these bucket shop forex brokers where they will suck you in and just suck you dry of your money. It's like going to a Vegas casino. You just have no chance in profiting. I know there's people out there that do profit, but believe me, out of the many people that struggle in Forex in a retail broker, it's tough. And now that they pretty well globally have removed a lot of the crazy 30, 50, 100 time leverage, it gets harder to make money because these things don't move. This is why the world is moving to crypto for these kind of 24-hour up moves. I'm just showing you. You've got, I don't know, these are the top 20 right now. Okay. So that's why people are moving to crypto. And the thing is, with crypto, there's no leverage needed to get these kind of returns. If you get a bot that works with what I got, I'm pretty excited to have that. We'll see what happens in the US dollar or the fiat market for US dollar. That's another test. But if I could take the same logic and get that thing profitable, because I will tell you from my experience and from what I've been guided to get this point to have crypto to crypto, a momentum based, call it a sort of scalping uh, technique to get it profitable is very hard to do. And for the last 5 days, it's been pretty strong win ratio of profit, and now I'm testing it live in the markets in Binance to see if it is. I'll know tomorrow if it's the case, and over the next few days before I start letting this thing go crazy uh, as is right now, and then I'll start reporting that on the CoinTracking.info at the same time, putting that taking the same logic and putting it into the US markets as well with Binance. So that's the plan with the crypto. And then, as I said, we're moving into the micros as well with very minimal and putting some trading ideas there. I've already gotten 3 from a variety of people that are members of mine. They look really good. Obviously, I can't share those just out of respect. I won't even talk about them to be in fact, so don't ask me. But again, if you want sample code, if you want templates for this price, and also you're not going to get anywhere else that's cheaper. And if things continue as of this week, I will be also marketing on Facebook, which means as more people buy into this system, right now I've tested, we've had 300 people visit the Elite option. That's in the last 24 hours. I've never seen it that high. And it's pretty high, over 200 people visiting my various pages that I've been testing for the last month. So hopefully the momentum builds as this thing grows and convince people on where we're at. On top of that, who else would introduce you to a research paper put out by both Peter Brown and Robert Mercer of Renaissance Technologies? I bet you $1,000,001 nobody even knew that this research paper exists. If you want it, just go to this link in that video. Jim Simmons beat the markets, blah, blah, blah. You'll get the research paper there. And that's it. And I would probably recommend you download it before that gets revoked because the old link has been removed. But I found this one, and who knows? They may remove it. So that's where we're at. Tomorrow night's the last day to get this 3-year. To be fair, I may do another one on the Black Friday at the end of the month as the Black Friday promo. But I don't know. I might just keep it at 2-year because for sure I'm hoping as the confidence builds within the next week, I'll be able to reduce from 3 year, 2 year, which will be as of this week after come Tuesday. And then if things build with the credit bill reports that people have been asking for on coin tracking, then I'll reduce it from 2 year to annual. And then I may just go back for maybe 1 or 2 days sale for the 3 year, and then that's it. We're back to the annual 997 on the Elite. But if this continues and as people come in, as depending upon the response on Facebook and whatever else I market to, and I see there's a big demand for it, and they actually do convert, I see no reason to keep it even at 997. I may bump it up to $2,000, $3,000. That's been the goal for the last year. So this is it. There's no more. The quality and the products is pretty top notch. I get a lot of kudos from people at all levels, advanced and beginner, who want this and need it basically. But now people want credibility. I'm hoping to deliver with this one bot, and that is what's going to drive that potential. But what I'm seeing so far, since I've been testing this for the last year or so, this is the most credible I'm at. So we're still nothing's been closed off yet, but yeah, that's where it's at. So if you want access, get it now. If you got questions, just hit me up on email or on the messenger bot when you visit the site or the Facebook page on Quant Labs Net. All right, so that's it. And after tomorrow, come Tuesday, it's 2 years, not 3 years, and you can do the math at 997. Hopefully you get it. You snooze, you lose, and that's it. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Have a good day. See ya.